Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. 2 years ago, I heard Teddy Swims for the first time, and ever since then, I have been following his career, and today I am excited to once again feature him on this channel. I'm honestly a little surprised I don't think more of our regular viewers have heard him, because I think you all will really love his voice and style. So, let's dive in to what makes Teddy so dang good.
Something's got a hold on me lately. No, I don't know myself anymore. Feels like the walls are all closing in and the devil's knocking at my door. Oh, out of my mind. How many times did I tell you I'm no good at being alone? Yeah, it's taking a toll on me. Trying my best to keep from tearing the skin off my bones. Don't you know I lose control?
Okay, normally I would stop it before we get into, I believe, the chorus, but I just really wanted to hear where it was gonna go. I just love this combination of a rough, raspy timbre with these really clean, fast runs. It's so delightful. He's gruff, but he's pristine at the same time. It's just like, wow, what a fantastic combo. Then you add to that the extremely wonderful rhythmic precision and enunciation, and then you add to that just his expression and emotionality. There's so much that he's doing so dang well. Okay, back to the beginning. I'm going to analyze little bits at a time now. I swear.
Something's got a hold on me lately.
So right from the beginning, I like the way that we have a very bare background so we can just focus on Teddy's voice. It's got some rhythmic content going underneath, essentially like a chug, chug, chug happening on the piano and some chords, but it's pretty sparse. It really lets us hear his extraordinary timbre.
Something's got a hold on me lately.
Okay, and I'm going to go back one more time here. Check out the way he breathes and then just immediately flows into his sound. I really am a big fan of how they've set up this video in particular. I haven't seen this one yet. This is my first time on it, and they just released it like 4 or 5 days ago, so it's pretty exciting for me. But the way he takes a breath in and then immediately catches the wave of that air and then goes into the sound, that is excellent, excellent breathing technique. You should try to copy it.
Something's got a hold on me lately. No, I don't know myself anymore. Feels like the walls are all closing in and the devil's knocking at my door.
It's really hard to start a song well, and this is so excellent. So once again, I'm going to come back to that breathing technique. A lot of people think they start singing once their vocal folds start going wacka, wacka, wacka. And yes, that's when the phonation starts to happen. But I often tell singers that they're beginning to sing the moment they start taking their breath. Because once you do that, there should be no turning back at that point. If you take a breath and then you hold it and you try to sing again, there's a closure that happens. You actually have to reopen the glottis so that you can start singing again. Instead, the moment you start taking the breath, you should know that you are committed. So you have to time that so it's the right amount of air that you're getting in so that you can just breathe in and swoop into the song. One more time. He does this so very well. One back here. Here we go. Oh, one more. There we go.
Something's got a hold on me lately. No, I don't know myself anymore. Feels like the walls are all closing in and the devil's knocking at my door. Oh, out of my mind. How many times
so good.
did I tell you I'm no good at being alone? Yeah, it's taking a toll on me. Trying my
So that moment where he goes up on the little, just like it's a step up low. I love the way he's actually onsetting each of those with a little bit of air between. It feels somehow John Legend, but again, like more gruff. Right there. That's so cool.
It's taking a toll on me. Trying my best to keep from tearing the skin off my bones. Don't you know I lose control when you're right next to me. I'm falling apart right in front of you. Can't you see? I lose control when you're not next to me. Yeah, you're breaking my heart, baby. You make a mess of me.
Yeah, the runs, they're just so very, very clear. I love the way you have this, it's a big man kind of sound, but you've got this little focus. So it's like all of it is just streaming through a little tiny part of his mask. Sometimes singers refer to this area as the mask because it's where they can focus their sound for optimal resonance, essentially. So if you want to have like a laser-like sound or just be able to really project over an orchestra, it's really important that you focus your sound in the mask. But then back here, it sounds very open and easy. It's just really nice technique. I love it. There's also a really great way. He's almost, again, doing these onsets in I lose control. And then he also slips in a diphthong on control and uses the O, but adds a little bit of L coloring to that vowel. And the switch back and forth between those vowels and the diphthong helps to bring more precision to the different notes that he's hitting there. It's really, really, really cool. Okay, I'm going to nerd out about his voice a lot more, but let's go back to here for now. Right, here's that. Look at that diphthong. Yeah.
Yeah, you're breaking my heart, baby. You make a mess of me. Problematic. Problem is I want your body like a fiend, like a bad habit.
Wow.
Bad habits hard to break when I'm with you. Yeah, I know I can do it on my own, but I want that real full-on black magic and it takes two.
I love this R&B element. I love the way each time he's singing a note, even though he's repeating a ton of the same pitches, it's still threaded through the same focus. Again, this beautiful mask combination. And his rhythmic precision is gorgeous, but it's not overdone. Look at how close he is to the microphone. If he used enunciation that's similar to an opera singer enunciation, like trying to sing without a microphone to 4,000 people in an audience, that would be way too much. There would be tons of really rapid puffs of air going into the microphone, and his producers would hate him. It would just be a bad situation. It would feel uber dramatic. And instead we get like really clean enunciation that's fine and precise and still sounds somehow casual. It's like this, again, a beautiful balance. He's very good at all kinds of elements of balance in his voice. Ooh, let's go back a little bit more. Ooh, not that one. There we go.
You're breaking my heart, baby. You make a mess of me. Problematic. Problem is I want your body like a fiend, like a bad habit.
His resonance is so consistent and good. I love the way that they varied that up with the instruments in the background to kind of give it an up feeling. Ooh, how would I describe that in actual musical terms? I don't know. Ultimately, we need expression to talk to each other, so I'm going to just stick with that's the new musical term. Nice hands.
Bad habits hard to break when I'm with you. Yeah, I know I can do it on my own, but I want that real full-blown black magic, and it takes two.
Nice.
Problematic. Problem is when I'm with you, I'm an addict.
Ooh.
And I need some relief. My skin and your teeth can't see the forest through the trees. Got me down on my knees, darling, please. Oh.
His breath usage is just so gorgeous. It's so beautiful. The way, as he's building that up, you actually hear it's the breath behind it that's energized his entire phrase. And you think, oh, for a while he was just singing one note, but it's the fact that he had everything so precisely lined up each time. He was locked into a pocket, is what we'll call this sometimes, when it's really in the same area of resonance. It doesn't ever feel like it's somehow gotten out of line. But then I hear that breath start to pump in a little more energy as we're starting to build up, and it feels like everything that he's doing is driven by the breath. That's exactly correct. Oh, I'm going to go back to that.
Magic and it takes two. Problematic. Problem is when I'm with you, I'm an addict.
Awesome lines. Listen, here's the breath.
Can't see the forest through the trees. Got me down on my knees, darling, please. Oh.
Yeah.
Lose
Guys, I can't geek out about his tone enough. Okay, this is, to me, a lot of times when I hear some grit in a tone, we'll be talking about distortion, and we'll be talking about other elements that are adding to the tone quality that aren't involving the true folds. His just natural timbre has got this rasp in it. So I don't think he's using an extra layer, essentially a different source of sound. That's just his natural basic tone. But then he's shaped it in a way above so that we have the depth and the precision and that focus. So it's just got so many well-defined elements. There's a natural gift in there for sure, but then he has taken this incredible instrument and really maximized it. It's just gorgeous. Okay. I really like the way there are certain phrases where, like that one, where he carries over into the next part of the lyrics. And there are moments when he'll take a surprising breath for emphasis. This has been happening throughout. I'll try and point it out another time, but just notice how he varies his phrases by choosing to breathe or not. He's a master of his breath. Okay, we're about to take that and flow it over into the next part, but I want to say first, there's a wonderful combination of genres that I hear happening here. Definitely hear some soul, some R&B, some rock. I even in the runs he does, They feel like a little blues country to me. Definitely, elements of Chris Stapleton in there for sure, but the way he goes through them sometimes reminds me a little bit of Rascal Flatts as well. But there's just a ton of different goodness that he and the band are weaving together to just make something that I feel is just very appealing. I love that pitch bend! And the bluesy notes. Ooh, that was so cool. It was so different from the times before. He's really adding extra elements to it by just varying it up. Went down, longer run, a little different pattern.
I'm falling apart right in front of you. Can't you see?
I like that he's also running at control. It feels like when those runs come in, it's describing sort of maybe the spiraling effect of what it feels like to lose control. That's why he's added them in there. I don't really love it when singers add lots of runs for no reason. I want those runs to have an emotional motivation. Some singers do that extremely well, and sometimes I just feel like, oh, maybe it's a little too florid. Then again, I also like Handel writes lots and lots of runs for opera singers. I like Bellini too. So maybe I'm just a sucker for runs that have lots of emotion in them, like operatic runs. Maybe, possibly. This is basically like taking opera and putting it into blues, country, rock, R&B. One more time.
I'm falling apart right in front of you. Can't you see? I lose control. When you're not next to me. You're breaking my heart, baby. You make a mess of me.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Ooh, is that how you end? I love the way that final run left us hanging. It really made me want to go and loop the song again and just go over and over and over, which I hope that many of you will do because Teddy deserves tons and tons of love. Wow, what an incredible voice. If you haven't ever seen that first time that I analyzed him, you can check that out over here along with a couple other goodies, and I hope that you will fall more in love with music every day.